Hello guys, welcome to Dwight and I am Lokesh Kapoor, and in this video we are going to see how you can create a nice minimalistic and sophisticated website using WordPress. If you are new, keep watching this video because I will be telling you how you can create a WordPress website without any experience and from the scratch. So you will be able to learn how you can use a visual builder. We are going to use Elementor in this video to create the website, and we'll be using Rishi theme for making this website. And Rishi theme is one of the very lightweighted theme in the market as of now, and there are many alternatives to Rishi themes as well, like GeneratePress, Astra, Hello Elementor, Ocean WP, Kava by Crocblock. There are many. So the purpose of these themes is to give you full freedom of making any kind of website, and they take up less resources and call less JavaScript and CSS files, so that you can do anything. So you don't have to actually optimize much of the resources. You don't have to worry about speed stuff, performance lags and all that. Just use any cache plugin, and these themes are able to deliver high results. So if you are a content creator, if you are a writer, and your major work is to post the content and see the results, then these kind of themes can definitely give you results far better than any other theme. You may see themes which are very heavy, and they also offer you a lot of features, but sometimes the drawback also come with those themes, because you have to optimize them a lot, because there are a lot of JS files and a lot of other files which you have to optimize in order to rank better. And if you don't optimize, your page will load very slow, and thus it will not rank on the Google in less time. So yeah, let's start this video and let me show you the theme that I'm going to use. So this is a theme, rishitheme.com. you can find it. It is a free theme, so you can just click on this download Rishi for free, input your email ID, first name, last name, and download it, and you will get this kind of interface where you can find all the details of your purchase, and you can download this by clicking on this link, Rishi, the version of the theme, and it will be downloaded in your local file. And now you can just import this theme, add a new theme, click on upload theme, choose file, and install it now. Let's activate it. It's activated. Once it is activated, it will ask you to download its companion plugin, so that it can give you more extensions and features. And let's quickly install and activate this plugin as well. Okay, it is active now, and here's the dashboard kind of interface where you can find all the customizer options such as site identity, color settings, typography, and everything. All these options will redirect you to the customizer, WordPress customizer, where you can set everything. So you don't have to for example, you have to change typography settings, so you don't have to actually click on typography settings. You can click on any of these and you will be redirected to the customizer, and you can then customize any of these things. But yeah, it will redirect you directly to the specific setting where you want to land. Okay, so let us start with the customizer settings first. So when you click on this site settings, it will load the customizer. Here you can customize the header options. It is loading the header, probably because we clicked on the header thing. So in general options, you can find the layouts, colors, header footer, typography, SEO, and social networks links. Okay, so first let's look at the general options, and here's the layouts thing, from where you can set the container widths. Container width is like row, columns, and all those, the major container box where the items will be loaded, all the content will be there. And you can also set the layout, whether it is boxed, full width, and unboxed. And you can also full width, centered, max width, like set the container width for a full width centered layout. You can also do that. Okay, and you can also keep it to the default by clicking on this button. You can set it for tablet as well, and you can set it for mobile as well. Okay, so when you click on this tablet, you can set all that properties So when you are okay with this mode, then you can click on this mode, then set all the settings, then come back to this, and like that. Okay, you can set the container vertical spacing, you can set the container stretched padding, what it will be, and by default it is very good. And if you change, keep in mind that it will reflect globally, and it will certainly be affecting all the layout of your website. So make sure you are very good at it, unless otherwise you can keep to these settings. And if you find any problem with the settings of container and layouts, then you can come back here later on and then change the settings according to your needs or the client needs. Okay, and then you can see the sidebar. You can adjust the sidebar width. For example, if you're any of these posts, let us click on this post. So currently we don't have a sidebar, that's why it is not showing it. Otherwise, this is the sidebar on the right hand side, and if you have it, then it will show it, and the width of it will be like 28%. And you can set the widget spacing as well, and then you can make it left side as well. Okay, so for example, we don't have this, so let us first set the sidebar. Okay, so you have better idea how you can do it. So quickly go to this widgets, next, get started. So here is the sidebar widgets. So let us add a paragraph and say, hey, this is Lokesh. Okay, for example, let us update it. Now you can come back here and click on this. So now it is here. So this is the sidebar, got it? And when you click on this, there would not be any sidebar at all. It takes some time to reflect the changes sometimes, and yeah, this is how you can adjust the sidebar width, spacing, and the location of the sidebar, the positioning. Okay, and then here's a design for a sidebar. You can set the widget title, font colors for mobile, desktop, and tablets, and you can also set the font sizing and widget link colors, the hover and initial colors, and you can also set the content area spacing. Okay, you can customize it or leave it to the default ones. Okay, and then you can also set the button things. For example, here are buttons for this. For example, this comment button, if we change its roundness, it will be rounded. Okay, so based on your design requirements, you can change these settings of the buttons. Okay, you can also customize the paddings as well. So from left hand side it is 35, we can make it 45, for example. Okay, looks more in width. And also we can set a design in terms of text colors and hover color. For example, text color is white, when we hover it becomes blue, and like that. So let's first see that if we change it, we can get back the original color. Yeah, so for example, we have a blue button. Okay, so what we will need to do it, so just change the background color to blue. Okay, border color would be same like this, and background hover color, text color and text hover color would be this one, like this, and border hover color would be this, something like this. So this way you can change the colors of your button. And you can also set this option. It is showing, when you click on this it would not show. It's just like that, this minimal stuff, whether you want is scroll on top button enabled or disabled. And then you have this 404 image option. So 404 is like a page. When there's no content on the query, then you can show this page. Okay, and interestingly, you can also see the number of latest posts on this page itself. Okay, so this was all about layout. Now we can head over to colors, where you can set the global color palette. Okay, you can change it like this, Okay, it is all changing. Okay, based on your requirement you can choose the palettes. You can also customize the palettes colors, and you can also revert to the default settings. It was all, and you will also need to make sure that your button design is always in relevance to the overall global colors. Okay, and then you have option to set the elements in your header and footer and customize the header and footer. First, take a look at the desktop header. So there are 3 columns, we can say, top rows we can say, top row, main row, and bottom row. This is the main row, and there are no items in top row and bottom row. So this icon will suggest you that you can drag and drop the element, and this will suggest that it is already being used. This arrow icon, chevron right. Okay, so this logo, when you click, you can set its settings right here. You can set the logo. For example, this one I can set it. Okay, but I don't want it, then I can keep to this. So it is just a title of the website. Here it is. Okay, so when you use logo, you can disable this title as well. You can set the maximum width, and you can set the design, whether title has to be come after logo or before logo, like that, below the logo or on top of the logo. Okay, we are not using logo for now, so we can just keep to this, and or probably this, same results. Okay, and logo style, logo and title, logo, title, tagline. So we can use logo and title, or logo, title, and tagline, because we are using title as a logo. And if you only want to use the logo, then you can click on this logo and title will be gone, like this. Okay, and you can set a design, whether you want to use any of this for your title. You can change the font size, height, spacing, and all that. You can also change the margins and colors. Perfect. The hover color you can change based on the primary color of your website. And then you can also drag and drop these elements like button. You can, for example, drag here before the search icon. It looks good. You can change its styling as well. This looks good. We can say subscribe, and here goes the URL of channel or anything. Okay, you can set it, open new tab, set link to no follow, and all these settings are there that are in relevance to the button links. Then you can set all the design options for your button, and then you can also likewise drag and drop the contact widget. For example, here you can do that. Just click on it and you can customize all the details in email, content, link. In phone you can also do that. Make sure that it is having this TEL and semicolon, so that the person can land on the call, and the same goes with email. And then we have other elements as well, like this cart button if you're using WooCommerce, and this menu. Okay, menu 2 it is, right? You can remove any of this. You can customize these links as well here. So if you don't know how to do that, you can just go over here as well, social media links, and customize all of these links. For now we can use hashes for the ones which you want to show the links. Okay, and you can add as many social media icons as you want just by adding it from here. Okay, so for example Skype, just add it, and for the link you can just add it here. Find a Skype and paste the link. Got it? So now we can move to the mobile header. Okay, here you have this off canvas menu. So when you click on this, it will load the off canvas, and you can design the off canvas menu, all the font colors, drop down font size, and everything, right? You can make it whether bordered or default menu type. So it is something like this. So when we change the color, for example it is black by default, we can make it red. Got it? So this is how you can change the styling for your off canvas. And here is this logo, and here's the trigger. You can customize the trigger, the icon of the trigger. Okay, solid, outline, or simple. You can also set the trigger label like menu, set it. Perfect. You can change the colors, and then you also have a bottom row where you can drag and drop other elements. You can paste, for example, here the code for your script for AdSense or for any media buying thing. You can paste it, and then you have this search icon as well, which you can paste here. So it will have this search as well. You can also customize the icon size and everything, or keep it to the default. And this is all for the header. And footer, you also have the same kind of interface where you have this top row, main row, and bottom row. You can paste the elements. So let's first keep it to this one, desktop, and here we can paste, for example, these social media links we already have. We can customize it like we customize in the header. We can customize the contacts as we customize in the header, and here we can also customize this copywriting text powered by theme author. You can change anything, and you can just literally paste anything that you want for this text. Okay, and you can make it align, center, top, vertical, visibility you can set, and all these can set design as well. And here you can also paste the widgets. If you paste the widget 1, you will have to set the widget items in appearance widgets here. Okay, you will have to these are not there, but you can do it. For example, if you paste it here, you can set items right there like this. Add any item and it will be there like that. Okay, and you can also paste, for example, this footer menu, and you can literally use the widgets for having more control on the footer. So for example, if you want to add the subscribe thing, then you can make use of the widgets and paste the contact form 7 widget or WP forms widget or any widget for that purpose. And also you can use paragraphs block element for using some text here or here, and you can use image widget in this widget. For example, this widget image for logo and all that. So these are the options available to you. Fine. And now let's move to the typography, where you can set the base font, heading, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, and fallback font. So by default it is using system stack font. System font gives you performance because it is a browser system font, and it doesn't load or it doesn't call the items or call the fonts, because major websites have problem of loading fonts slowly, and that attributes to their slow speed. So system stack helps you in page speed optimization as well. So you can keep to system stack, or you can use any other font as well. There are many fonts. Let's see, there are many fonts actually, so you can use them as well. But system stack is wonderful if you want speed. You can change the sizing definitely. So it looks good on 18th, I guess. And here are some SEO things, whether you want breadcrumb or not, and the separator for the breadcrumb, and alignment for the breadcrumb. So we are talking about this one. Okay, so if we use this, it will be like this, and if we use this, it will be like this. Okay, and we can also change these social icons. We already talked about this. Now we can come over to this posts and pages, the blog page. This is the kind of archive page. So for example, if we are on this Elementor, okay, so we are talking about these ones. Okay, so these archives, we don't have featured image in our archive, that's why it's loading like this. We also have a sidebar on this archive page. We can set the block container. So block page is a different page, and this archive page is different page, like this. Okay, number of posts in a row currently showing 2. When you make it 3, this space is here. Okay, because of flex grow, it is not probably 0, that's why. And then you have archive container and stretch layout. You can stretch the layout as well. Okay, and this is all about archive for your categories, for your tags, for your taxonomies, archives, and all those archive items, or your post type archives. You can set this layout, so you don't need Elementor archive template for doing this. You can actually get everything from here itself. It is very easy to use, and you can remove or add items, the elements of the post, that is post featured image, post meta, post title, post excerpt, post divider, post read more button. This one, you can just click on this, it will be hidden. Okay, so if you hide it, you make sure you also hide this divider as well, so it looks good. So this way you can customize this entire archive grid. And then you can also customize the author page, and the same things are here. For the grid, you can use the type of layout, and then you can customize the items, then whether you need to sidebar or not, and that's it. And then you have this search page, same settings. Okay, and single post type layout, for example, for this page it is talking about. So whether you need on the right or on the left sidebar, I prefer this one or probably this one, so that one can read the post pretty well. And based on your requirements, you can change all the settings. You can show post navigation or not, show author box or not, show post text or not, show comments or not, move comments from above comments list or not, and all these settings are there. Okay, and then you have these pages settings, what design you will need and what structure you need. Okay, all similar settings. And then you have some WooCommerce settings if you are using WooCommerce, the store notice, some general settings. Okay, and shop page settings, columns and rows. These are all very easy to use, and this tutorial is not for WooCommerce, so I'm leaving this one for you. And here you can set the site identity, where you can change the site icon. We are not using any icon, that's why it was not showing probably here as well. Or you can set the logo here as well. But yeah, you can set the site identity from here, and you can set the menu. Currently we are using home, about, and contact, and it is the primary menu. But which menu is it? Okay, this one. Fine. And let's quickly move to menus. So this was our main menu. We had home, about, and contact menu items. You can put this under about as well, so that you have this under this drop down sub item. Okay, sub menu item. You can add as many pages or items as you want for your menu as well. And then you can assign these menus to your header, footer, or anything. Then you have these widgets area and home page settings, whether you want to show your latest post or a static page if you have made any. And then you have some CSS settings if you want to customize anything. And that's all about customizations. So I hope you understood all the customizations that you can do on your website. It is very easy to customize the theme, and it is very easy to work with, and it's totally free. Okay, so let's publish it and get back to it. And now let me show you some starter websites that you can use. So just browse the Rishi starter templates, and it will show you a whole bunch of templates that you can quickly use on your website. Just click on preview so that it will preview on the new tab the entire template. So it is the website that you can use. Okay, I will prefer a minimal template for this video. For example, this one, digital marketing, looks pretty nice, isn't it? So here all the pages in the template, like you have a home page, about us, and case studies and testimonials, team, and contact. Okay, so if you import the complete site, it will import all of these pages, and you can also import home page alone. And if you have imported the entire site, still you can just go over any of these templates and import any specific page later on. So what we can do, we can import for now just the home page. It will install the required plugins with the use of which this template has been made, probably, or probably it is a supportive plugin, and that we can import it. It will install the plugin Mega Elements add-ons for Elementor and contact form 7. Yeah, it's now imported successfully, and here is the page. It is showing us page ID, so probably it is in default. You can publish it, and this is the template, the home page template, you can say. We are having this kind of buttons because we had customized the settings in customizer. So what we can do, we can just quickly load our customizer. We can go to colors, probably our buttons, where were those settings? Here, design, let's change it to default, publish it, get back to it, and reload this page. Okay, now I fixed it. So it is how it is going to load now. Looks pretty amazing. The margins, the paddings, the alignments are super perfect. If you zoom back, you can see how good it looks. Okay, you can customize this page using Elementor. Just edit this, and now you can customize the text, upload the images as font, and change the colors based on your brand colors, like this. And this is not an Elementor tutorial, but yeah, it's definitely very easy to use. You can also customize the site settings, so you don't see this kind of green buttons. It's using the accent color, so you can customize these colors from site settings here, and global colors, and this accent color. Okay, you can customize it so you don't have this kind of pages, and you can customize the entire page, and the same way you can customize the pages of all these. So the usefulness of these starter templates is that you don't have to create the website from the scratch actually. So all these images and all the content is adjusted, the alignment is well set, so you don't have to worry about all those things. You don't have to make it responsive, because making things responsive takes time, and sometimes you don't get the right alignment and right padding and margins. And by using these templates, because these are created by the professionals and they are given a lot of time to make these templates, so you have some kind of advantage where you don't have to work upon the alignments, work upon the responsiveness and all those things. So let us see some of the extensions that you can use, the plugins. So this is cookie consent. So it is right in your Rishi theme. You can just activate this, and you can also activate this customizer reset. You can activate this performance, reading progress bar, and social sharing, okay, on your website, and transparent header. So when you will activate this, you will be able to see this cookie consent, and you will be able to see this kind of a progress bar, okay, when you scroll right like this. And you can customize this as well, the performance settings. Come over here, you can see the consent button. You can make it like a pop-up or this complete bar like this, right? Looks good. And you can also set the cookie period and content, accept button, and define button. You can change the designing settings as well. And then you have all these other settings where you can set the performance for your images, for your WordPress, okay. So let's see how you can customize, set the settings for your images. First of all, you can enable lazy load images, which will load your images once the page is loaded, and when on scroll the images would be loaded. And then you can set the image loading animation with the fade circle or none. You can disable the lazy load on featured image if you want the featured image to load as soon as the page is loaded and don't want the user to wait for the featured image. Then you can also lightbacks for images and galleries. You can set it if you want to show the light box. You can disable responsive images. You can add missing image dimensions, which will add the specific width and height attribute okay, to the images in order to improve its CLS, cumulative layout shift it is. And then it is image dimensions you can set. So this is all for the image purposes. And then you can also do some WordPress customizations for performance, like prevent automatic favicon requests. You can remove the emojis from the front end. If you don't use emojis, then you can just disable this JavaScript file to be called, and you can disable self pingbacks, you can disable ISS feedbacks. So whatever you don't use, you can just disable it, so WordPress will not load it and the request size will be low. And here are some CSS and JavaScript customizations where you can remove the version parameter from the CSS and JS files. So what happens if the version, like query version yahan pe, something like that, sometimes it's here, like if you're using any plugin, so it is something like this in your CSS files, right? So when it is there, the caching doesn't work properly. So in that case, you can remove the version parameters from the files, and that way caching would work perfect. You can also disable the Gutenberg style on page builders, okay. And you can also preload the CSS files so that it can load faster. And you can defer the JavaScript files and delay the JavaScript files as well. So it is like async and defer thing. So when you do that, the render blocking resources are less, okay, because your page will load no matter if your JavaScript file is yet to be loaded or not, because it has been asynced or deferred, okay. And it will improve your performance and speed time. So that is how you can improve the optimizations of fonts. You can just display the swap feature, okay, and it will improve its rendering. And you can load Google fonts locally from the server. And some Elementor settings where you can disable the Google fonts, icons, font awesome, front-end script, and Elementor Pro scripts. You can disable all of these things or any of these things in order to have some better improvement in performance. And then you have some WooCommerce settings where you can disable the scripts and styles and cart fragmentation so as for the speed to improve. Okay, this is how you can improve the speed and get the awesome speed and minimalistic design. So it looks very good to me when I compare this theme to Astra or Gutenberg. It is very minimalistic, and To be honest, the speed insights are crazy. So I will just suggest you that you first install the theme. You can check out the link in the description and you can get the theme for free, absolutely free. And yeah, you can just test it out and share your feedback in the comment section. I will be waiting for that. Thank you so much for watching the entire video if you are till here, and thanks again. Please subscribe to the channel for watching more videos like this, and you can also subscribe to or follow our Facebook page and group so that we can stay connected in future. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a great day.